All right, guys, here we are on ESV Cloud Kingdom, and down in the bottom left-hand corner of the map is our red Zerg player from the team Check 6 down. Unfortunately, 1-4 in this set so far. It is Sleep. And his opponent in the upper right-hand corner, winner of the last couple of games and our current reigning Fight Club champion from Prime. It is Creator, and this guy's name down here is what I'm about to do in a bit. I have to wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Wow.
Hooray!
That's really early, man.
I love early flights, except I don't.
Well, I'm going to wake up at my normal time.
Yes.
Probably go to bed at my normal time. We'll have to see. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Going to be distracted by some games, but that's okay. That's a good thing to have happen to you in the evening. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely. So there's the pylon for Creator.Prime. Pretty normal from both of our players right now, as in there is no cheese. Other than that, not a whole lot to report. Now let's talk about Cloud Kingdom for a little bit. Cloud Kingdom is a map that really can go either way right now. A lot of people were saying that it was pretty Protoss favored early on, but I think it's become a lot more balanced. As a Zerg player, I think people can feel pretty comfortable on Cloud Kingdom. The only thing that's really a little bit difficult is that you've got your third, which is a little bit farther away, a little bit more exposed, but the advantage is you have this ramp leading up to it. So in a lot of cases, you can defend it a little bit easier than on, it's easier to have a third on this map than on something like Tal'Dorei or Malta, where you have to break the rocks down, and it's wide open, and there's no ramp. So
that's right.
It can be difficult at times, but it could be a lot worse, too. So this map, like all the others, I wouldn't be surprised to see Sleep go for 3 hatcheries rather quickly, even though he does always get his traditional gas as well with that.
And Creator is going to go for Nexus first now. Yeah, I mean, this map does set itself up for a lot of 2-base pushes from Protoss players, so I would not be terribly surprised to see Creator go for something like that. But, knowing Creator could also just wait until he has 5 bases and mass Void Ray Mothership. So
he can do really anything, it seems like.
Yeah, he's had so many looks in this game. Only one of those hasn't worked, and that was just because mostly, he didn't want to kill his opponent and switch over to carriers more than anything else.
Yeah, that's true. So we will have to kind of wait to see what Creator.Prime decides to do. This would be a pretty good map for doing that Gateway Immortal push that is very popular.
Yeah.
That's the type of thing that you can just legitimately walk right up the ramp and get in the opponent's face with. So it's something that I'm sure Creator.Prime is kind of entertaining as far as his thoughts on this match. But there's some other choices, as well.
Yeah.
Sleep, though, it's I kind of feel like at some point we're going to see that Roach Ling all-in come back. Remember the one that Lucere was doing a lot?
Yeah, well
the
aware.
one that, Leenock just beat Naniwa over the head with over and over at that one MLG finals. I mean, it was a build that was really, really effective against Protoss back when Protoss were starting to first do these kind of more greedy types of builds. Now, obviously what happened was Protoss got good at defending it, and Zergs kind of stopped doing that type of thing, but it's been long enough now that I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Zergs start trying a couple of them, kind of mixing a few in here and there, because if your opponent doesn't see it coming and if you can execute it well, it can still be very effective against this type of opening from Protoss.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And now the question is, what is Sleep going to do? It looks like, once again, Creator's going to scout for that third. He knows about when Sleep wants to put it up every single match. Zerglings are being sent on an intercept course. Very smartly, Sleep was able to pick up on the probe moving across the map with the Xel'Naga Tower. But that being said, doesn't look like he's going to hide this all that much. Hatchery going down, the probe sees it, and turns right back around and starts heading back home.
Yep, he's like, all right, got the information I needed. Now, if Sleep wants to be really crazy, he can cancel it and then go all in. But I don't think we're going to see that. Sleep's been pretty consistent with what he's done every single game. Gets that one probe because speed just finishes, which is kind of nice.
Yep.
And another +1 on the way for Creator.Prime. So, yeah, whatever it's going to be, it's going to hit fairly quickly again. This is going to be something that's going to involve a lot of gateway units. And with 2 gas, we'll have to see if it's going to be Robo or Stargate in this case.
Once again, started those gas at about the 550 mark again, so he will have a lot of sentries, a lot of tech if he decides to go down that path. getting about to the point where he's going to start adding on gateways number 2, 3, and 4 if he wants to go that route. Sleep, on the other hand, though, adding on his second gas for the time being, does have Evolution Chamber coming up, so nothing really all that different from him. He's kind of tried the same approach, wanted to stay safe on Lings and a few Roaches if the situation called for it, and just tech up very aggressively. Not going to be the case now. Looks like Creator is going for those 3 additional gateways, though.
Yep, that's right. I was wondering if he was going to throw down a Stargate with where he put that pylon in the front of the base, because generally when you go Stargate, you don't really try to hide it. You're kind of like, all right, yeah, oh, but the Twilight Council put down in plain sight of the Overlord. That's right. Interesting. All right. And so now he's going to make Sleep wonder a little bit. He's going to be like, all right, is he going Blink? Is he going to be throwing down a Twilight Council, perhaps? We'll have to see. Maybe send in a little scout a little bit later here.
Could very well be. Let's see how Sleep wants to react himself. Lair Tech is coming up, but this is nothing out of the ordinary from what we've seen out of him. Looks like gases number 3 and 4 are being added. Nothing down to the third, though. 53 workers to 49, so Creator has been doing a nice job of continuing to keep his Chrono Boost up, and once again, it's going to be a 7-gate.
Yep, I was kind of wondering, this one's going to have Blink and +2 included with it as well, but still another build that we're probably not going to see a third base with. He may try to kind of feign and make one to cancel with, like we saw last time, but overall, it's going to be a pretty quick death for Sleep if he doesn't scout this year.
And what is he doing back at home? +1 attacks is coming up, and it looks like he is finally building a few Roaches this go-around with that macro hatch as well. So if he continues to commit to heavy Roaches, he can actually get some damage done, because it would require impeccable control out of Creator. I'm not sure if this Robo is just being added on now to go ahead and throw a couple of Observers in there. We'll find out, though. Robo is coming up, and a few Stalkers are finally being added.
Now, Creator's chasing that Zergling away from the third base location, but when Sleep saw the amount of sentries that were there, that had to raise a few red flags, right? When you see that many sentries, you're going to start to wonder, all right, that is definitely an army that someone could attack me with. So I think we're going to see only units out of Sleep for a little while. He knows he's going to have to play very defensive here for the next couple minutes.
Right.
And will he be able to defend? That's the question, because Blink is finishing up right now. +2 is not going to be too far after that. And Creator.Prime is going to have a very strong army coming at Sleep. This is it. This is do or die time. If Sleep doesn't hold this push, he is out of Fight Club.
That's right. +2 going to finish up now at about 35 seconds. Could be a little quicker. Is it being chrono boosted? No. So it is going to be about 30 seconds away. Sleep continuing to add on Roach after Roach after Roach. Has 26 on the field. Another 10 are coming up. Really needs those by the time this attacks. So Creator making his way up the ramp now, leading with that Zealot. There's a lot more units to greet him than have been in games past, but this is still going to be very testy.
Yep, and it looks like Sleep got himself in a position where the force fields will be fairly effective. So many sentries, so Burrow is going to let him regen a little bit of health. Oh, but the Observer is there. Sleep not really doing anything at all with that Burrow other than taking some extra damage, trying to focus down the sentries, but it's just not going to be enough.
Oh my god, these force fields have just been incredible.
I know,
these
so
have been
good.
Perfect. And Creator was able to segment those forces just amazingly. How many units have been killed? 38-7.
Yep.
This is so good from Creator. His control has just been on point this entire set and has really shown itself in this game.
Yeah, really powerful unit control coming out of Creator.Prime. All the drones and everything else coming off the line as well. Force fields chopping off a lot of the army, and only a couple of attacking units left for Check 6 Sleep. I think we're going to see Creator.Prime win this match and go on to face Marine King.
Wow, incredibly well done this entire set, and this game just really shows how well he has been playing. A different build in every game. There's the GG, and yes, Creator.Prime has won IPL Fight Club. Congratulations to him. Our defending champion takes another set, increases that bounty to $200, and as you mentioned, will move on to face his teammates, Marine King, next week.